Mermaids have a female human head and upper body as well as a fishtail. Many people claim to have seen these priceless mystifying creatures on multiple occasions from various parts of the globe, while others dismiss such claims as just human imagination. After watching this video, you will most likely have a new perspective on mermaids, so keep an eye out. Even though most of us know what a mermaid is and how it appears in modern-day films, few know where the mermaid story originated. The first story about the goddess Atargatis transforming herself into a mermaid appeared in ancient Assyria when she was humiliated for accidentally killing her human lover, as written in the history books. Importantly, mermaids exist in the folklore of cultures worldwide that have had no contact with one another, and they all have very similar descriptions. Most of us have wondered whether or not mermaids exist, and for those who have, we have compiled a list of the top 10 mermaid sightings around the world. Number 10. Kaiwi Point, Hawaii, 1998. I feel very lucky that I'm the one to finally prove to the world what people here have known for half a century, said Jeff Lacher, who owns the jack diving slugger of Kaiwi Point. The Kaiwi Point mermaid is real, he claims. He reported being in the water and hearing the 10 people in the boat screaming and pointing while diving off the coast. He thought he saw a strange woman swimming when he looked over. When he saw her leap into the air, he realized she had the lower half of a fish's body. Later, while photographing underwater life, he felt the water moving above him. He looked up and snapped a photo of the mermaid as proof. Number 9. Indonesia's K Islands, 1943. During World War II, Japanese soldiers discovered mermaids on the shores of K Island in 1943. Soldiers described the mermaid as about 4 foot 9 inches or 150 centimeters tall, with pinkish skin, a human-like face and limbs, spikes along with its head, and a carp-like mouth. While on patrol, the soldiers had some interesting stories to tell about these creatures. Sergeant Taro Horiba, who was stationed on the K Island at the time, ordered the village chief to notify him if any mermaids were captured immediately. Sergeant Horiba saw something roughly 4 foot 9 inches tall, pinkish skin, human-looking face and limbs, spikes along with its head, and a mouth like a carp on that day. Taro Horiba, a scientist, investigated a dead mermaid that had washed up on the seashore. After witnessing the mermaid firsthand, he returned to Japan and urged scientists to conduct mermaid research. No action was taken on the mermaid study because no one believed Horiba's words. Mermaids are known on the K Island as orangutan or fish people in Malay. Several mermaid sightings have been reported on K Island, with a few being caught in fishing nets on rare occasions. Number 8. March 2013, Greenland Sea. Dr. Torsten Schmidt, a marine geologist, and his Danish team were sent to a deep-sea exploration by Iceland Geosurvey to sample the ocean floor for oil and natural gas potential. Dr. Schmidt, who was nearly 1,000 meters below the ocean surface, saw and heard some strange sounds. They wanted to look into it, but Iceland Geosurvey said no. As a result, they ended up diving alone with 2 cameras and they saw mermaids multiple times. Yes, it was a true mermaid. At number 7 is Christopher Columbus' Voyages, January 1493. When he was out at the sea, the world-famous Italian explorer Christopher Columbus also reported seeing mermaids. He claimed that mermaids are not as beautiful as they are depicted in folklore or paintings but have a human-like face to some extent. Number 6. 1737 in Spain. For the first time, merman was mistaken for a mermaid in June 1737. Mermen do exist and they are mentioned in folklore. Merman sightings have been reported with a goat-like head, long beard and mustache, black skin that is somewhat hairy, a very long neck, short arms, hands that are longer than they should be in proportion, and long fingers with claw-like nails, webbed toes, and a fin at the lower back. On the 24th of June 1873, the Daily Kennebec Journal of Augusta, Maine reported this sighting. Number 5. Israel in 2009. A mermaid was spotted frolicking in the waves near the shore in 2009 by a group of about a dozen people in Kiryat Yam, Israel. There were several mermaid sightings over the course of a few months, so this was not a one-time occurrence. The Israeli government was so taken aback that they offered a 1 million reward to anyone who could capture real footage of the mermaid. Although no evidence was ever turned in, people are still on the lookout today. Our number 4 is Zimbabwe, 2012. Some mermaids, it appears, simply want to be left alone. In Zimbabwe, workers were constructing a dam in 2012. The workers, however, were spooked by a pesky mermaid and they refused to finish the project. The village chiefs were going to perform rituals to get rid of the mermaid. Still, the workers refused to return. According to Water Resources Minister Samsipepa Nukomo, who testified before the Senate committee, foreign workers were eventually flown in to finish the project, but they too had the same experience. They also refused to complete the task. The dam is still unfinished to this day. Number 3. August 1886, Cape Breton, Canada. Mr. Bagnell has heard that mermaids have been spotted in the waters of Cape Breton. He was out on the water in a boat with several fishermen eager to see their mermaid. Yes, they did get a glimpse of a mermaid who sat and stared at them for a few seconds before disappearing. They said the mermaid's upper body looked like humans and her arms were shaped like humans, with the exception that one hand's fingers were very long. The skin was a similar color to that of a human being. There's no doubt that the mysterious stranger is a mermaid and that she's the first to be seen in Cape Breton waters. Number 2. Henry Hudson in June 1608 near Russia. Two crew members, Thomas Hillis and Robert Rayner, sighted a mermaid at 75 degrees north and shouted at the rest of the crew to come and look. Henry Hudson, explorer and discoverer of Hudson River, wrote in his log, "It had the tail of a porpoise and speckled like a mackerel," according to Hudson. First on our list is 1967, British Columbia, Canada. Tourists on a boat noticed a woman with dolphin's tail. She was described as having lovely blonde hair and she was seen eating salmon while watching the waves crash over her tail. The Times Colonist newspaper reported on it and it drew a lot of attention. After that, no one has ever seen it. The city offered a $25,000 reward for a mermaid's capture, but no one took up the offer. Some claimed to have seen the mermaid and believed she was real, while others thought it was a hoax. Mermaids were mentioned in Homer's Odyssey, an ancient Greek epic poem. Mermaids were the wives of powerful sea dragons in ancient China, and they served as trusted messengers between their husbands and the emperors on land. Mermaids are known as Yak-Yaks among Australia's Aboriginal peoples, a name that they may refer to their captivating songs. The belief in mermaids may date back to the beginning of our species. Magical female figures first appear in cave paintings around 30,000 years ago, during the late Paleolithic or Stone Age, when modern humans gained dominion over the land and presumably began to sail the seas. In mythology, half-human creatures known as chimeras abound, including mermaids, wise centaurs, wild satyrs, and terrifying minotaurs, to name a few. So what do you think? Are mermaids real? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you liked the video, please leave a like and a comment below. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload a new video.